Hey, this is Bill Gross, the LAProbate expert with eXp Realty in Los Angeles, California. And today is our live home buying seminar. We do every Wednesday, 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern time. And free, where we help people who are interested in getting started in the process of buying a home. There we go, a little excitement there. I'll go and mute that. We help people who want to get started in the process of buying a home get started. The idea is to be participative. So if you want to jump in on the Zoom call, register, and we'd love to have you come in. Ask questions live by either putting in the chat box or raising your hand or unmuting yourself at the right time. And if you're watching this on social media live, we're streaming this to YouTube and to Facebook and to LinkedIn, I think. Go ahead and put in the chat box. And if you're on there live, we'll pick up appropriate comments. And afterwards, even we'll get the comments and we'll come back to pick those up. So I want to also introduce my partners and colleagues on this call. First, Patricia Castillo from Downey, California. Patricia, how are you?
Yes, I'm doing great, Bill. Thank you. I have a little bit of laryngitis, so I apologize, but I am excited to be here today. And I thank you all for joining us today and just getting this information on preparations that would need to be taken in order for you to get started on the home buying process.
Fantastic. And so she's coming in from her mansion today, up above the hills of somewhere.
I am. Just look at this view behind me. It's wonderful.
And she says she's got a cold, but she's going for that sexy deep voice. So
I am. I think I'm trying to go for the Kirstie Alley raspy, voice.
You got it. Good for you. And then speaking of sexy people, David Segal, specialist on credit cleanup. David, how are you doing?
I'm good. Good evening, everybody. Hopefully everybody's staying safe. Now it's the fad. If you don't have it, then something's wrong with you. That's like, yeah, it was like, if you don't have it, something's wrong. You better get it. And, then you're cool.
Right.
I don't think I've had it. My wife had it early on.
I think maybe
I haven't had a sniffle. I haven't had, I've sneezed or coughed a couple of times, but I must be the only person in America who hasn't had anything. So knock on wood, it should continue. But everybody, this week, like so many people I know got it. My sister went to Hawaii with her family. They all got it. My title rep was supposed to be on a call. He got it. Been crazy week this week.
Yeah.
Great. And I see we have, is it Nalirka on the call? Nalirka, if you want to say hi real quick and tell us kind of where you're at or what you're doing. And if not, he hung up. Okay, we chased him off. Didn't mean to chase you off. Okay. Well, anybody's welcome to come on the call. So here's what we're going to do today is we have 7 different topics we have in this program. And 2 weeks ago, we talked about is buying for you and getting clear on your goal. Last week, we talked about prices, inventory, the market, how to understand where the market is. And today, we want to talk about how to take advantage of the shifting market. If you watch the news at all, you'll see the stock market's down a bit. Arguments about inflation going up or going down. Is it going to continue? Is it going to stop? I don't think anybody knows. Here's the difference with real estate. It's the right time to buy real estate when it's the right time to buy real estate. What does that mean? If you live in a house and you're renting and you could buy the same house or thereabouts on an after-tax basis for about the same price and lock in a rate for 30 years or pay a little bit more to be in a better neighborhood or the pride of ownership, but lock in the payment for 30 years. For most people, that's the best financial decision they're ever going to make. And so it's really important not to get caught up in the popular wisdom, but to make the right decision for you and your family in the long run. And so does buying make sense? And I think that it differs on different people. Elderly people who are looking to downsize and move, great opportunity to sell your property, tight inventory, and you can negotiate great terms to help you go buy the next house. If you're looking to buy a house, it's been an insane market the last year. We have record low inventory still, a little less demand. This could be your chance to step in. And so I would say to you is that how do you take advantage of the fluctuations of the market? Be clear on what you can afford. And based on that, if it makes sense, buy a house. If it doesn't, then don't. Save up or live where you're at. But focus on your situation, your goals, your desires. Because I'll tell you this, though, in 36 years in this business, there's never been a better time to buy property. You have low 30-year fixed rates, still at 3.5%, up from a year ago, maybe 1 percentage point. down from 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago. In a historic sense, very low. So that's my focus would be in this market. How you take advantage of the market, know your game plan, execute your game plan. But Tanisha, what would you tell somebody who's thinking about buying a house? What can they do to take advantage of the opportunity today?
Yeah, so for starters, I would definitely get more than one loan approval. You want to shop your rate and just, you want to have that opportunity to compare what the rates are going to be and what your closing costs are going to be from that lender. Are they going to charge you any points? Are they going to charge you, an underwriting fee that could be, maybe twice as much as the next lender? Are they offering any types of credits? So those are things that you would want to know ahead of time. You can apply with your current bank, or if you have a credit union, they usually have competitive rates as well. So I would definitely advise on getting at least 2 loan approvals so you can have 2 different lenders to compare with. And also in a seller's market, it's better to have a conventional loan rather than an FHA, because usually with a conventional loan, there's, the requirements aren't as strict as with FHA, and you could probably close sooner if the seller is motivated and wants a faster close than, let's say, 30 or 35 days. So you also want to confirm with your lender if you can possibly go either way. Maybe once you get your approval, you want to make sure that you can either close as an FHA loan or have the ability to close as a conventional loan. Also, with conventional loans, I think one of the misconceptions is that buyers feel like they have to put down 20%, which is a pretty significant down payment. But that's not the case. You could put down less than 20%, but you will have that mortgage insurance just like you would on an FHA loan. So those are options that you have with conventional. And also, in a seller's market, you want to be competitive. So you want to make sure that you're getting not just a pre-approval, but you want it to include the DU underwriting summary. So that way you can be in the best position when you make an offer on a property that you've found and that you've basically can see yourself living in. You want to have a full pre-approval done. So that's really important as well, not just a pre-qualification letter, because any lender can issue that, but you definitely want to have a pre-approval with the DU underwriting findings.
Yeah, I would say a pre-approval letter is worth maybe the paper it's printed on. But I would say for sure, when they've been pre-approved and they've reviewed all the documents, that's where it is you're real, and you can go to the marketplace and actually buy as a cash buyer, even if you're borrowing money. So definitely. Great. It was interesting that you also said about the down payment. The biggest misconception buyers have is they need 20% or more down payment to buy a house. And I talked about that in my weekly newsletter that, over 90% of buyers think you need more than 5% down. The reality is you can get in with 5% down easily, or 3.5% if you qualify, if you do the preparation, if you get the right income, documentation by the right lender ahead of time. So that's a very good point, Patricia. Thank you. David Segal, what should somebody looking to buy a house do to take advantage of the opportunity in the marketplace today?
You're asking me? Well,
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny because I was just talking to my friend about it, and she is really excited and interested to buy her first home FHA loan. And Bill, I'm assuming I'm going to connect you with her so you can help her out. She's originally from Israel as well. She's lived here for a long time, and she's American, and she's got and she wants to do it with her brother, and she just wants to find new streams of income, and to own something, to start something. She's seeing what we're doing, me and Charlotte, and I'm involved with you and other people, and she asked me the same thing. She doesn't have California money to buy anything. So I definitely suggested, she has an FHA, and actually it's a good question, which you two probably be able to answer. So she does want to buy, a triplex or a fourplex or something in a different state. And I told her, you'll probably have to prove residency. It's not so simple, but I'm not sure if that's true or not. So
It's
that's
funny you say
important.
that because not only do you don't have to be a resident necessarily, maybe to get financing, but I
Mhm.
actually happen to know an Israeli who specializes in selling investment property to Israelis here in the United States,
Mhm.
turnkey rental properties.
What's his name? Lior? Is it Lior?
No, Yuval. What is Yuval's last name? It's been a while, man. I was working out of his office
Yeah.
for about 6 months, and Yuval Ziv, Pacific Holdings Group.
I actually think
Yuval
I know him. I think I
Ziv
know him. Yeah. I think I know him. Yeah.
does turnkey rentals, particularly for Israelis, and goes to Israel once a year and raises funds, and kind of
Yeah.
interesting guy. So
Yeah. And she's not necessarily looking for interesting turnkey. She actually she wants to buy and maybe learn herself, how to rehab and how to
oh,
do
nice.
rigmarole. So I where I do, I buy in states that you would never want to be in and stay in. And she was asking me, and I really didn't have a clear answer. If you get an FHA loan, a first time home buyer, do you have to like show
Oh,
that you live there? And
yeah.
so yeah. Okay.
That's a form of house hacking where you purposely live in the house for your intent is for the requirement either a year or 2 years,
Mhm.
and then to get the loan. Then when you're done with the time period, you can rent out the property again. So yeah, to get an FHA 300% down, that's for an owner occupant. And so if you're not living in that area, most lenders won't approve it unless there's something that makes sense. Now today, with people working from home, you can theoretically live anywhere. So if they have that kind of a job where they can justify it and the lender accepts it, again, the key there, David, is to get pre-approved. It
Mhm.
doesn't matter if I line up 100 lenders, it doesn't matter what the majority say. It's the one lender that will say yes. That's the one that you go to, right?
Mhm. But that's interesting. So I'm actually texting her that. So the lender might not approve her
Right.
if she's not a resident of whatever it is, of
Got
wherever
it.
it is.
Got it.
Mhm.
Hey, in the chat box, we have a shout out from Wei Hua. I'm not going to buy right now. I just want to learn something. I'm in China, 9:20 a.m. Thank you for the event. Wei, it's a pleasure to meet you through Zoom. Feel free to turn on your camera if you want to say hi. But I actually used to run an office in one of the most popular areas for Chinese um, um, foreign nationals to invest in Walnut, California, in an area where there's a lot of Chinese vendors, real estate agents, lenders, title escrow, restaurants with Chinese writing on them, not English. So if you're interested, when the time comes, if you come to America, want to buy property, reach out and I'll connect you to my former friends. In fact, I have a friend who was the leading star in Hidden Tiger, Crouching Dragon. It was a famous movie here in the United States. She won an Academy Award, and she bought the penthouse at the Ritz Carlton downtown LA. You know the big hotel on top. They have condos, and she bought the penthouse after winning the Academy Award. So anyhow, we're glad to have you on to learn, and thank you, and Shay for being on the call. Okay. Any other questions? Tawana, any questions, or anybody else have any questions about the home buying process? Or if you're watching on the live streams on YouTube or Facebook, you can put comments in the chat and we'll pick them up here. But I don't see any right now, so I'm going to say we're clear of any questions there. Anybody live on the Zoom want to either put a question in the chat or raise your hand or unmute yourself and ask a question? No? So I think that's a wrap today. I think I always say that the best time to buy property is when it's best for you to buy property. But with low inventory, it's going to be a very competitive market this spring. If you're ready to go, a lot of self-employed borrowers aren't ready yet. They're getting their taxes done. If you're ready to go, or you could get ready to go, it's a great time to buy a first home to kind of jump the line a little bit and be people who are going to be getting there. So if we can help you, Patricia is a real estate agent. David will help you with credit cleanup. If I can help, reach out, text, email me. I'm Bill at the LAProbateExpert.com. Patricia is patricia.castillo@exprealty.com. And David's info is
David's info is
credit
Credit Repair 90210.com, Credit Repair 90210.com.
There you go.
And if anybody needs credit repair or have any questions, 212-518-3929, 212-518-3929.
Fantastic. Look, thank you guys very much. I'm Bill Gross, LAProbateExpert.com. We do this every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, here to help you guys get your pathway to wealth and income by buying your first house. Thank you, Patricia. On behalf of Patricia and David, thank you so much. Have a great week.
Thank you so much.